Why is it so hard to think of a solution to the problems at Boeing? It was easy to trace a poisonous line of management style back to Jack Welch's influence in Harry Stonecipher's view of management culture, but that tells us very little about avoiding the people out there who are at least as bad as Harry Stonecipher. You can see the language of managers skilled in managing their careers when a crisis arises. So we're all in this together. We have to figure this one out, says Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun. What managers managing their careers don't say is to doubt the wisdom of spinning off Spirit Aerosystems. They don't question the product decisions in the 737 MAX. They don't say that whistleblowers will be protected. They don't say or do anything that would admit that a specific error on their part or do anything to limit their autonomy in decision making. They're very motivated to limit the scope of how regulators and the public see the problem, which is why you hear the phrase quality escape so many times recently. It is meant to sound sciency and yet impersonal. That is to limit the examination of the problem to a process and to avoid examination of the priorities, incentives, and least of all individuals in the C-suite that determine real-world adherence to good processes. I mostly talk about software development and how projects in software development can be run better. But software is a relatively low-stakes game. Failed projects and badly managed companies don't undermine the future of air transportation, except, of course, the software development projects at Boeing. Even seemingly vital software like Microsoft Windows or the Google search engine are not so vital that those companies are in the category of too big to be allowed to fail. Apart from the obvious lesson that fewer companies should be permitted to buy enough of their competitors to become too big to fail, ISPs, I'm looking at you, fixing management culture remains an extraordinarily difficult problem. One possibly useful analogy, that I can think of is that sometimes management and companies making software will seize upon the benefits of Agile and try to make every project in the whole enterprise Agile. That turns Agile into a management fad, and it is frequently accompanied by Agile jargon that can make it feel cult-like. Cults are resilient and hard to eradicate, just like a poisoned management culture. An organization that starts to speak its own jargon-based language is headed to cult-like trouble.